Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the Flipkart Seller Hub. And honestly, treat this like a masterclass. We're going to bridge that super frustrating gap between your high-level pricing strategy and the actual exact dashboard execution you need to make it all work. So if you've ever felt like you're, just guessing at your prices or throwing ad money into a black hole, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Okay, let's just get right to it and confront the most critical yet somehow most often ignored question for e-commerce sellers. Are you actually making a profit on your sales? Because let's be real, it is surprisingly easy to generate these massive revenue numbers and feel like you're totally winning, right? But meanwhile, you might be quietly bleeding money on the back end thanks to hidden costs and, frankly, poor pricing mechanics. To fix this, we've got to break the bad habit of blind discounting. It's so easy to fall into these traps, pricing below cost, running deep daily discounts, totally ignoring return to origin or RTO fees, or worst of all, running ads on unprofitable items. We need to stop that. Instead, we need a structured framework. Think of it simply as good, better, best. Good is your entry price, just to build some momentum. Better is your value pricing, which is backed up by strong reviews. And best? Well, that's your premium pricing for those truly unique products in your catalog. So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the true cost of selling, then we'll move right into smart dashboard pricing, tackle launching profitable ad campaigns, and finally, we'll tie the whole shebang together with the growth loop. All right, let's jump right into step one, the true cost of selling. We really need to establish exactly why understanding your true costs is completely non-negotiable before you even glance at your competitors' prices. See, your selling price is never just some random number pulled out of thin air. It's a strict formula. It's your product and packaging cost, plus your shipping fees, plus the marketplace fees and taxes, and finally, and literally the most important piece, your desired profit. Seriously, never blindly copy a competitor's price. You have no idea what their cost structure looks like. They might have a cheaper supplier, or worse, they might literally be losing money on every single order themselves. You have to fiercely protect that profit slice before spending a single rupee on ads. Okay, now that we've got the theory locked down, let's move into part two, smart dashboard pricing. We're going to look at exactly how you actually use these tools inside the Flipkart Seller Hub. I want you to treat this six-step workflow as your daily operating guide. First, head over to category research to benchmark the market size. Second, review the Settlement Hub recommendations for your specific items. Third, track your competition. Now notice this, it's only at step 4 that you actually update your price. Step 5 then automates your settlement plans, and step 6 is where you monitor your business health to prove that your new pricing actually worked. So the golden rule here, research first, edit second. When you open up the Settlement Hub, you're going to see a breakdown showing your current baseline right next to Flipkart's suggested fix. But here's the trick. Keep your eyes glued to those last two columns. You always want to evaluate the reason to apply. Like, is it suggesting a change just because you're losing buy box visibility to competitors? Or is there an actual margin upside? Please don't just blindly click accept on automated suggestions. You have to make sure the potential impact actually aligns with your specific business goals. And here is the absolutely crucial takeaway. Sellers who strategically adopt these recommended changes see an average sales growth of roughly 34%. I mean, 34%. Now, obviously that's directional, and it's going to vary a bit by category, but it gives you a massive benchmark to aim for. That is what happens when you let cold, hard data, rather than just pure emotion, drive your pricing. All right, with our listings now perfectly priced for profit, we reach step 3, launching profitable ad campaigns. This is the fun part, where we start pushing high-intent buyers straight to our perfectly priced products. Once you're inside the Campaign Manager, product listing ads, or PLA for short, should absolutely become your new best friend. PLA is this custom format that showcases your products directly to high-intent shoppers who are actively looking to buy right now. So if you're a seller who cares about pure sales growth way more than some vague sense of brand awareness, PLA is hands down your absolute go-to tool for direct conversions. But hold on, before you spend a single rupee, run through this quick checklist. Do you have healthy inventory for the next 2 to 4 weeks? Are your titles and images actually optimized? Is your pricing competitive? And do you have fast dispatch times? Why do we check this? Because it's the golden rule of e-commerce. Ads only ever amplify good listings. They are never, ever going to fix bad ones.
Pouring ad money onto a product with a high return rate is literally like pouring water into a leaky bucket. So be ruthless here. Pause ads on any loss-making items immediately. When you do launch, you've got to choose your bidding strategy really carefully. You can start with CPC, or cost per click, which gives you that super granular manual control over your ad spend. Or, on the flip side, you can use Smart ROI, which is an automated model that optimizes toward a target return on ad spend. So what's the best playbook here? Start with manual CPC just to figure out your baseline, and then, once you've actually got some solid conversion data, hand the keys over to the automated power of Smart ROI. Actually, this next tip is a total game changer, especially for those massive events like Big Billion Days. The dashboard has this feature called Smart Roles to completely automate your campaigns. Basically, you set a condition. Let's say your budget is almost exhausted, but your ROI is absolutely soaring. And that triggers an action, like automatically increasing your budget by 20%. It's incredible. Your campaigns just scale up while you sleep, without you having to sit there staring at your laptop hitting refresh all day long. And finally, we arrive at step 4, the growth loop. Let's look at how we tie all your pricing and advertising efforts together into one predictable, highly automated monthly cycle. So everything we've talked about builds into this strict, highly effective 90-day growth plan. Think of days 1 to 30 as completely dedicated to fixing your foundation, optimizing listings and getting those prices set using the Settlement Hub. Then days 31 to 60 are all about testing your PLA campaigns using that manual CPC we just talked about. And finally, days 61 to 90, that's where the magic happens. You unleash those smart rules to scale up your big winners, and again, you ruthlessly cut the poor performers. Now, to keep that 90-day engine running smoothly, there are a few non-negotiable metrics you've got to track every single week. Obviously, track your orders, but also watch your click-through rate to make sure your main images are actually grabbing attention. Keep a close eye on your conversion rate and return on ad spend. And whatever you do, never ignore your net profit per order. Oh, and keep this little diagnostic trick in your back pocket. If you're getting high clicks but a really low conversion rate, well, that usually means you've got a pricing problem, not an ads problem. So, we've covered the strategy, we've broken down the formulas, and we've walked through the exact dashboard clicks you need to make it all happen. The tools are literally right there in the Flipkart Seller Hub waiting for you. So, I guess the only question left is this. Are you going to keep guessing at your prices, or are you ready to use data to truly engineer your profit? Will you let your competitors dictate your business, or are you going to take control of your own growth today? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Now go log in and start optimizing.